Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Let me introduce myself. My name is Kent. The channel's EOS San Diego, and of course I make a nightly video about the EOS blockchain. I think someone made a comment the other night. They said that there's not enough going on with EOS right now for a nightly video. But I beg to differ with you. I think there's a lot going on with EOS right now. And just to kind of put it in perspective, 1 year ago, last year, September, late September, we were buying EOS for 60 cents. I think we were transitioning out of Bitcoin, and we were purchasing EOS for 60 cents. So a lot's taken place in a year, and there's a lot going on. And I really think that we're kind of the calm ahead of the storm. A lot of people see the price went up, and then it went back down, and everybody's just a little bit frustrated with that. But they're not really looking at the big picture, and they're not really seeing what's going on. In 1 year, like I said, we were able to buy EOS for 60 cents. That's now well over $6. We were able to do an airdrop, create our own cryptocurrency, negotiate agreements, and talk to people, talk to companies. In fact, we talked to a company the other day that's worth over $100 million. Talk to us about our challenge token. So there's a lot of things going on with EOS, and even though there's not something that shakes the ground every single day, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot that's going to be taking place in the very near future. A year ago, when we were buying EOS at 60 cents, there were a lot of people said that EOS would never launch. The disclosure said that Block One didn't have to do anything with the money. There was nothing that they had to do with the money. They could just accumulate the money and do nothing with it. Dan Larimer was somebody that wasn't going to stick with a project. The chain was never going to get launched. All this stuff was going on in the background while we were buying EOS at 60 cents. Not to mention the fact that it was a year-long ICO. Everybody said, oh, this ICO is taking so long, the price is never going to go up because it's taking so long to raise the money. But they raised the money. They launched the blockchain. They were able to get the 21 block producers and the community to all vote together and elect 21 block producers. The block producers got up and running. They're all making blocks as we speak today. So a lot is accomplished in 1 year, and a lot more will be accomplished very soon. As I say, I think it's the calm ahead of the storm. And when I mean storm, I don't mean in a negative way. I mean in a positive way as far as activity. A storm of activity is going to be taking place very, very soon on EOS. It already has, if you're paying attention. It's just that everybody wants to see something great happen every day. Some big, great event take place every single day. Like all of a sudden the price goes up 25, 30% in a day. Those days will be coming. But right now, things are going very, very well for EOS. EOS is, in my mind, exceeded expectations, and I think will continue to exceed expectations in the future. It always reminds me of this guy named, and I think his name is Ronald Wayne. Look it up. I can't remember if that's his first name or not. I know his last name's Wayne. Anyway, he was one of the founders of Apple Computer. Apple Computer is a $1 trillion company now. Ronald Wayne owned 10% of Apple back in the founding days. It was Steve Jobs, it was Wozniak, and of course Ronald Wayne. Ronald Wayne sold his 10% interest in Apple Computer for $800. Today it's a $1 trillion company, so his 10% interest would be $100 billion. So Ronald Wayne sold early, got out of Apple, and now it's a $1 trillion company. And Ronald Wayne, as far as I know, is still alive. I haven't looked, but I think he's in his 80s, but he's still alive. And you have to be a little bit patient at times. And the other thing, you have to be engaged. I mean, the one thing, and this is why I make the nightly videos, I want people to be engaged. I want them to see what's going on. I want them to know that a year ago this was 60 cents, and today it's over $6. I want them to know that, people are launching dApps every single day on this platform. There's a lot of airdrops being done. There's a lot of decentralized applications, decentralized DApp that are taking place. A lot of decentralized exchanges. Decentralized exchanges taking off on this platform. A lot of people are moving to EOS from other platforms like Ethereum. We came this close to launching an ICO on Ethereum over a year ago. We had hired the attorney. We were all ready to go. And at the last minute, we pulled out and said, no, let's wait for EOS, because we think EOS is going to be a better way of launching something. And of course, we were right. I mean, because now you see a lot of people moving from Ethereum to EOS. Ethereum to EOS. Not to say Ethereum's a bad play. In fact, I still think Ethereum's a great play. I just don't think it does the things EOS does, and I think that there's it's like apples and oranges. Ethereum's a different blockchain altogether. But I don't not like Ethereum, and I think we still hold Ethereum. You know, and I will always hold Ethereum because I think Ethereum's something that's valuable. I think all cryptocurrencies, most cryptocurrencies have value to them. Just for the fact that they're trading on exchanges gives them value, regardless of what's going on. But there's been a little bit of a correction in the market, I think, of overcorrection. And of course, I see things, you know, backtracking way beyond where they should have backtracked. But there's a good day coming ahead. I know there's good times coming ahead. This is a typical cycle in the cryptocurrency market. If you've watched it for a while, you see the ups and downs, and you see the sideways trading. You know, at Bitcoin, it took a year or two, 3, 4 years before anything started happening with that. In fact, more than that. I think Bitcoin originally was 2008. I mean, there wasn't much going on in 2011. You know, so a number of years went by before anything happens. And of course, EOS, for so short a period of time that they've been up and running, have so much accomplishments. So, you know, we need to put it in perspective, and we need to see where we're at today. And where we're at is we're at the calm ahead of the storm. There will be some activity coming here very soon. Lots of activity. I know I say it a lot, but you know, things don't happen overnight. People are in this microwave age where they got to have everything take place exactly right away. You know, it can't have any time from the time something happens to the time something big happens. It's got to be instantaneous. But just think of my good friend Ronald Wayne selling Apple computer shares, 10% of Apple. How would you like to own 10% of Apple today? My God, $1 trillion company, 10% of Apple, and you sell it for $800 for whatever reason. I don't know what his reasons were. But anyway, EOS is going to be a very good deal for those who stay, and those who build, and those who stick with it. I mean, they progress with the blockchain. They understand the blockchain. They you know, they look forward to new things happening on this blockchain, and that's us. I mean, that's who we are. We're developing, we're building, and we're almost like the you know, the pioneers in the early days. We're out on the prairie, and we're throwing together our sod house right now, and you know, we're digging the wells, and we're like the frontiersmen. We're the first ones out there. We're just getting things going, but quickly more people will come. Very soon, bigger things are going to be built. Very soon, cities, just like in the prairies, things took place. You know, things happened, and that's what's going to happen with EOS. This is a community that's been put together very well, that has a long-lasting future ahead of it, and will be something that I think will be, you know, an Apple computer in the future, a Google, something very extraordinary, because they're filling a need. Don't forget that. When Steve Jobs started Apple Company, he was looking for something to build because he wanted to fulfill a need. He saw that the personal computer was going to be something of the future, so he developed Apple Computer to fulfill a need. EOS is fulfilling a need too. Whenever you fulfill a need, you have a bright future, and EOS is fulfilling a need right now. The decentralized applications, the decentralized database, the decentralized transparent ledger. I mean, this is fulfilling a need. We're needing that for next level internet. We're needing things to be decentralized for next level internet. We're needing things to be built on a decentralized databases throughout the world. We need this. This is going to happen, and right now EOS is fulfilling a need, just like Apple Computer fulfilled the need in the 1980s. So that's what's happening, 1970s and 1980s. I can't remember exactly when Apple got started. Anyway, but I did invest in the stock pretty early on, but I sold it. I was one of the people that sold early. I can't remember how many shares. I was invested in Google too. I had a lot of Google shares in the very beginning too, and I invested in that and sold it. I never reaped the full return of what I should have gotten from my Apple stock or my Google stock, because as soon as I saw a little appreciation, I sold, because I didn't understand at that time, you know, how big things could get. I just got, wow, I got a nice little return. Let's just get out. In fact, I think I had Google on the very first day when they first offered their Dutch auction. I was one of the few people that got involved right away, because I knew Google was going to grow. Because I had a business at the time, and I was buying, was that before AdWords or right around AdWords, I think? I had AdWords, and I could see how well that was working for me because I was selling something on I had an e-commerce site. I saw how well that was working. I'm thinking, wow, Google's going to be a big deal. So anyway, I hope I don't have my timeline messed up. I think was Google. Google came out, and I don't know how much later they had AdWords. Yeah, it was quite a bit later. Yeah, it was quite a bit later because I think Google came out in the late. When did they go public? I don't know. I shouldn't be talking about this stuff because I can't remember. But anyway, I could see Google was going to grow, so I went ahead and bought the stock. And then as soon as the stock went up, I can't remember, it went up pretty well. I had a pretty good return. It wasn't a lot of shares. I just had a small amount. But I was able to sell it, get out of it, and never thought about it again. Now, if I would have had those same shares, I don't know where I would be. It probably would have been a pretty good return. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago. But anyway, I do remember one thing. I should have stayed with those Google shares. I should have stayed with the Apple stock, and I'm staying with EOS because I'm not making that same mistake again. So we will build. We will be here in the future. We will continue to grow, and I will continue to make these videos. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.